Hey everyone, welcome back to theclinicaltrialsguru.com. I wish I had it in front of me, but this video is to announce my new ebook, co-written by clinical trial guru producer Sarah Siegler. In fact, she's the first ever clinical trials guru producer. And the ebook is available on Amazon, on Kindle only. It's called The Business of Clinical Trials. And this video is a little bit to promote it, but you know how I like to keep my content. I like to actually give you something valuable. I don't just want to make a video that's an ad for my book. As much as I'd love for you to go to Amazon.com and type in The Business of Clinical Trials and buy the book on your Kindle for $2.99, I'd like to also tell you a little bit about the book. So in the book we talk about how clinical trials are funded. And this is actually an important topic. We get into how industry-sponsored trials are paid for by drug companies, by pharmaceutical companies that need to innovate. And the reason they need to innovate is not because they care about society or anything like that. They have stocks. Most of them are publicly traded companies, and they have investors to answer to. And these investors want the stock price to move up. And the only way that happens is if they constantly come out with new products, new medical devices, new medical procedures, new drugs, things like that. Especially when all these patents have recently gone generic. So that's what we talk about. Then we get into how academic research is funded, how academic research centers like Harvard's, like Yale's, like Stanford's collaborate with pharma, and how those trials are funded. Then we get into the NIH and how some trials are federally funded and why that's important. And why is that important? Because guess what? Some people are sick with medical illnesses or diseases that are rare. And sometimes the drug companies are not motivated or don't have enough incentive to look for treatments. So that's ideally, in theory at least, and we talk about this a lot in the book, that's the NIH's job, is to get involved and make sure that there's enough progress being made for not just the blockbuster type drugs like high cholesterol and asthma and diabetes, but also the less common the less common medical illnesses. Then we talk about investigator-initiated trials and why some doctors, why would they finance their own research? Why would they collaborate with drug companies and write their own protocols? Are they interested in the drug? Do they have their own agenda to push? We get into all these things and much more in the book, but I'd like to know your thoughts on this. Basically, the business behind clinical trials and which strategy that I just talked about, the privately funded industry-sponsored trials, academic-sponsored trials, or the investigator-initiated trials, which one do you think we need more of? That's the question I have to ask for all of you guys, and I'd love to see all your comments. This is Dan from theclinicaltrialsguru.com, shamelessly promoting my new ebook, The Business of Clinical Trials. Thank you very much.